So in a previous video, I talked about how that I'm not seeing near as many Trump signs in 2024 as I saw back in 2016 in my part of the world. Back then, I saw all kinds of Trump flags everywhere I went, and there was a whole lot of energy for Donald Trump, whether I liked it or not. Then in 2020, I didn't see as much, but there was still some people hanging on. Now in 2020, I'm not seeing near as many Trump signs, near as many Trump flags. Like I said in the previous video, I can literally count 3 that I can think of that's in people's yards around here. That's a big drop from where they were in 2016. And just a little bit of a follow up on that story. Today, I visited a neighboring town, and I went during a busy part of the day. I know a lot of Maga loyalists will say, "Oh, you're just saying this." No, I went during a very busy part of the day. I saw a Trump booth set up on the side of the road, a little tent selling Trump merch. There was no one there. And town was hopping. People was walking past this tent, driving past this tent. There was just one guy sitting under it looking at his phone. He wasn't even out trying to direct traffic or get people to buy the merch. So that tells me one of two things. Either A, people are tired of Donald Trump's same old tired rhetoric, or B, they realize just how stupid they look standing there buying that crappy merch. But there still are some MAGA loyalists I'm seeing in my part of the world who are still sharing these ridiculous conspiracy theories, and they're absolutely grasping for straws. This latest one is crazy even for them. They're saying that the earrings that Kamala was wearing during the debate was actually in-ear monitors, and she was being fed the answers. And this conspiracy theory was so crazy that a former OAN anchor actually come out and called bullshit on it. So I'm going to read you here this article from Midas Touch. This was written by J.D. Wolf. Former OAN anchor debunks Kamala Harris earrings hoax, pushed by none other than Laura Loomer. Let's take a look here. In a surprise, former OAN anchor Allison Steinberg posted rebuke to MAGA conspiracy theorists who have falsely claimed Kamala Harris wore audio earrings to her debate with Trump. Trump got trounced by Harris, and his followers were grasping at this conspiracy spread by Laura Loomer and other pro-Trump accounts. Sorry. Here's Laura Loomer's post. Interesting choice of earrings, she says. And then she shares this picture. I used these new smart earrings to listen to music. They totally surprised me. Now, we scroll on down here. Laura Loomer's post went viral, receiving over 6 million views. Just think about how far that went. 6 million views. These accounts implied that Kamala Harris was receiving instructions during the debate and lines to say, etc. Right here, Tara Bull 808 posted, rumors are circulating that Kamala Harris was wearing audio earrings and being fed lines. Isn't this against the debate rules? They're absolutely grasping for straws here, folks. This conspiracy theory was based on a pair of earrings that had a passing similarity to the earrings that Kamala Harris wore at the debate. However, comparing both pairs of earrings with just a little scrutiny revealed these are not the same pair of earrings. Harris's earrings are a pair of Tiffany earrings. In her Instagram story, Steinberg wrote, I love a good conspiracy theory, but this ain't it. This is the type of idiocy that discredits real issues. I'm shocked and embarrassed by the large number of seemingly credible accounts who have posted this. And then down here, Steinberg posted a picture of Kamala Harris debate earrings and a picture of the audio earrings that MAGA accounts were claiming are the same. Here's those pictures. And then she says, in her next post, Steinberg posted a picture of a pair of double pearl hinged earrings in sterling silver from Tiffany, which matched the ones worn by Harris. And Steinberg wrote, conservatives love calling out the left for not doing their research. Why won't we hold ourselves to the same standard and stop giving fact checkers a reason to come after us? Well, good for her. Kudos that she said it now, but ain't it a little bit late in the game? I mean, OAN, QAnon, Newsmax, they spread all these bullshit conspiracy theories that MAGA has latched onto, and now they want to come out and say, oh, we need to, do our research first. If we're going to tell other people to do their research, we should do ours. I just think it's a little too late for her to be chiming in now. It's kind of like Marjorie Taylor Greene coming out and saying, oh, Laura Loomer's went too far. She's too racist all of a sudden. It's like too little too late. But what is so funny to me about this entire conspiracy theory is that Donald Trump says he won it. Donald Trump says he won 92% to 6%. No one in their right mind would ever believe that, but MAGA loyalists still do. So if he won the debate 92 to 6, then why would you think that there was audio earrings? And why would she be given the answers in advance? If he won, if he absolutely dominated the way he said that he did, then why are you still spreading this ridiculous conspiracy? It's because they're grasping at straws. It's because they absolutely have nothing here, folks. They really don't. And even though he's telling them they won, they're still trying to make excuses because they realize deep down in their gut that he got his ass handed to him and they can't stand it. That's where they're at. And it's so funny. But the funniest part to me about this whole conspiracy theory, and I'm going to kind of borrow here from one of my heroes, Christopher Hitchens. One of my favorite things that Hitchens used to do when he was debating someone is he would say, you know what? I'll give you that. I remember one time he was debating someone, a creationist, and they were talking about the Bible, and the person tried to say that Jesus was divine because he rose from the grave. And Hitchens is like, okay, well, I could point to several other. He's like, I'll give you that. I could point to several other verses in the Bible where someone else rose from the grave. Does that mean Lazarus was divine? And so I love that exchange. I always loved when he would say, I'll give you that. So to the MAGA loyalist out there, I'll give you this one just for shits and giggles. Okay. That's all this is for. I will give you that she had on audio earrings and someone was feeding her the answers. If that's true, her answers and her responses was still better than Donald Trump's. The verbal diarrhea coming out of his mouth, the absolute insanity coming out of his mouth is everything that is wrong with this country. And his ideas are absolutely everything that our fathers and grandfathers fought against. Okay. So even if she was being fed those lines and he was pulling that out of his ass and that's what he really had to say, he's still unhinged, he's still a maniac, and he's still not the right person for the job. So in my mind, they really have no argument here. But it's just so funny watching them grasp onto these conspiracies and hold on for dear life. That she had audio earrings, and they'll believe it. Just because someone puts it out there, they will believe it. And then when we debunk it, and even one of their own says, hey, this is too far even for us, the loyalists will still latch on. They'll still hold on for dear life. And I just find the whole thing to be sad. Are they that afraid of being wrong? Are they that afraid of being mocked? Are they that afraid of being laughed at? And I mean, look, if you're still hanging on with Trump at this point in the game, it's really hard not to laugh. And no one is seeing you post these kind of conspiracies except other MAGA loyalists. No one else is seeing that and thinking, oh, they got us. Oh, there's something to that. Oh, no, we're not, because we know better. We know that Kamala Harris is competent. We know that Kamala Harris has a great record. We know that Kamala Harris has a great vision for this country. And we know that she's the better person, more qualified person for the job. Donald Trump lost in 2020. I know the MAGA loyalists can't wrap their mind around that, but he did. He lost because he wasn't the right person for the job and because 81 million people were fed up with his bullshit. And like Kamala said, they fired him on that day. He doesn't like to hear that. He squirms when she says it, and the trolls are going to squirm when I say it, but Trump lost. He's coming back asking for a rematch. And then he goes out there and he debated Biden. And yeah, he definitely got the better of Biden in that debate because Biden had an off night and no one on the left said anything different. We were all going, he had a bad night, to the point that people got around him and said, you know what, maybe you ought to step down, because that's the kind of people we are. We live in the real world. Trump supporters saw the debate with Harris, and even though he's telling them that he won it, they're still trying to make every excuse in the world for why that he lost. And they don't see why that when we look at them, it's hard to take them seriously. Who can look over at that and take it seriously when they go back and forth this bad? I mean, it's sad, folks. It truly is, that they're still hanging on and they won't let go. And like I've said so many times, when this is all over, when the dust is settling, they will be more mad at people like me and people like you out there that pointed it out to them than they will Trump for being the one to dupe them. Because Trump made them feel empowered. Trump made them feel good about themselves. And people like us made them feel like an idiot. And so they're not going to forgive us, folks. They're really not. They'll just latch on to the next extremist that comes along. Those loyalists will. They'll latch on to that next extremist and they'll keep on riding that train. But we'll keep calling it out, and we'll keep standing on the side with the voice of reason, and we'll keep standing on the side with evidence and facts and with sane, competent people. Harris and Walz, folks, are going to be such a breath of fresh air for this country. Just think about the fact you're going to get to wake up every day and go, we've got good leadership that's taking care of us, versus we've got this batshit insanity. If this doesn't fire you up and make you want to vote, nothing should more than this. More than knowing that Harrison Walls are decent, good, honest, hardworking people who have our best interest at heart, and not just the people that looks and sounds like them. That's the thing. They're still going to go to bat for these crazy conspiracy theorists. They're still going to be trying to get them the health care they need. They're still going to be going to bat for them and trying to make their lives better. And they'll kick and scream every step of the way. That should inspire us to vote that we've got a good ticket. And it should inspire us to vote that the last thing we need is for this guy to ever regain power and validate everything that these ridiculous conspiracy theorists say. Because a victory for Trump would be, oh, we were right all along, and they weren't. They were never wrong. They were never right in no world. And we have to keep reminding them of that. So, folks, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and that just gets you the notifications, lets you know when I put videos out. And so I appreciate everyone. Some people says to me, Brando, I watch you every day. I don't even know what subscribe means. It just simply means you hit the subscribe button, and then you get notified when I post a video here on YouTube. And if you haven't already, be sure to go over and check out our Patreon. We're going to be pumping a lot of Patreon exclusive content on there now. We're up to 3 tiers. So be sure to go check those out. Thanks to everyone, by the way, who's joined up. We've had a lot of people joining up here lately. I truly appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, the link is in the description of this video. But folks, I truly appreciate you coming along on this ride with me. You guys are the best. I appreciate you listening to me. I never would have dreamed that over 300,000 people would be tuning in to hear what I have to say. I'm just a hillbilly here in East Tennessee, a blue dot, trying to make sense of this craziness. But today, when I drove by that booth, I pointed to my mom and kids and said, hey, look, there's nobody there. And it was a pretty good feeling. And it's going to be an even better feeling when we watch him go down for the count for the last time.